When I was 7 years old, I flew in a plane for the first time, and I created a game for myself. Count the number of backyard pools you see. You miss one, you lose. When I was 21 years old, I flew to Los Angeles, which was a first for me on two accounts. My first time in LA, and my first time losing the swimming pool game. For the least captive audience ever, you try to tell me what to do in case of a water landing. But what you don't understand is that I put the frequent in flyer, collecting rewards which really only amount to flying more. Gazing out of my rounded rectangle, I never missed a takeoff. The slow zoom as things bigger than you fade smaller and smaller until they become so distant that I can't even squish them in between my fingers anymore. Imagine how a bird must feel the first time it swoops down to land on the ground and think, that house is way bigger than it looks. I like it better up there, where you're the first to know the weather. Suspended between time zones and atmospheres, I get acquainted with the clouds, cheating death for $329 plus tax. From up there, I see where roads begin and end, and I want to chisel cars on. You're almost there, it's just around the corner, but you just can't see it yet. From up there, I see small clusters of light, reminding me of brainwave activity scans. And I think a city is perhaps a synapse of God's brain, lighting up where connections are being made with the Almighty. Which makes sense why so much of the earth below is so pitch black. With the seatbelt sign turned on and the man in the aisle seat, white-knuckled on the arm of his armrest, I remind him that no plane has ever crashed from turbulence. But if we had the choice, don't you think that most passengers would give up before it passes? What if on the ground we had no choice but to strap in and just wait it out? How many still-fathered children would there be? How many unsigned divorce papers? How many unread suicide notes? How many of us would stick around if we knew that what was turbulent is ultimately harmless? And that, though annoying, the change fee is necessary. Because change never comes free, and I'll gladly pay the price if it gets us where we're going faster. But what we fail to realize is that if our name's on a suitcase, it's gonna come around again and again until we grab it. The turnstile of life keeps kicking back what you refuse to pick up. In other words, we all have to claim our baggage before we move on. From up there, I can see all that. But from down here, I'm lucky if I even take the time to look up and wish that I could fly.